What if you could turn the baggage rules upside down and save big money? Well, that's possible. In this video, we'll learn 17 luggage hacks airlines hope you never figure out. We'll share some of the most unknown loopholes and clever workarounds that beat the scales, dodge the upsells, and turn baggage rules upside down. 1. The personal item that isn't so personal. Airlines advertise the personal item like it's a tiny handbag or slim laptop case. What they won't spell out is that the rule is based only on one thing. Can it fit under the seat in front of you? That's it. The policy doesn't care if it's a purse or a compact duffel. The real cheat comes down to shape over size. Soft-sided bags, like backpacks, duffels, or collapsible totes, can be pressed flat into the space under the seat. They may carry almost as much as a standard carry-on, yet they still pass as a personal item. Hard shell cases draw attention, but a flexible bag? Gate staff rarely even check once they see it slide under. This loophole lets you effectively double your cabin allowance. A large backpack stuffed with rolled clothing, shoes on the bottom, and electronics in the top pocket can rival a small roller case. Add a second, smaller bag to wear on your body, like a slim crossbody, and suddenly you've got the equivalent of 2 carry-ons, all within policy. Airlines hate this because their system is designed to push you into paying for overhead bin space. They rely on most passengers assuming personal item means tiny bag. Experienced travelers know the truth. If you're strategic with materials and dimensions, you're carrying half your trip for free. 2. Layer your packing to outsmart the scale. Checked baggage rules haven't changed. Cross the limit by even 1 pound, and you're slapped with a fee that can run higher than the cost of the ticket itself. Airlines know most travelers will pay because the suitcase is already packed. But there's a simple way around it. Move weight off the suitcase and onto yourself. Heavy items are the first to go. Instead of packing that hoodie, tie it around your waist. Instead of burying a jacket in your bag, wear it through the airport. Layering makes your bag instantly lighter. Cargo pants or a travel jacket with oversized pockets are even better. Slip chargers, snacks, or accessories into them. And you've shifted several pounds without anyone raising a flag. Airports don't weigh people. They only weigh luggage. If you're wearing 3 shirts and a jacket, that's your choice. Some travelers even invest in special travel vests with 15 to 20 pockets designed to carry tablets, water bottles, and clothes. It looks ridiculous in line, but at the scale it works. This hack is so effective because the penalty fees are one of the airline industry's biggest profit centers. By redistributing the weight onto your body, you're breaking their system. Once you've passed check-in, you can always strip the layers off, fold them into your bag, and move on. Airlines don't chase you after the weigh-in. 3. The pillowcase trick. This one feels almost too simple. Walk into the airport with a pillowcase and no one thinks twice. Fill that pillowcase with half your wardrobe and you've just carried a secret extra bag past the gate. The trick works because pillows are seen as personal comfort items, not luggage. Gate staff almost never question them, even though a full pillowcase can hold as much as a small duffel. Travelers have packed sneakers, jeans, jackets, and even electronics inside. From the outside, it just looks like a soft pillow under the arm. Social media has fueled this, with travelers showing themselves pulling full outfits out of pillows on TikTok and Instagram. Airlines know the hack, but the optics make it difficult to crack down. Are they really going to argue with someone carrying what looks like bedding for a long flight? Only when the pillow is stuffed to the size of a beach ball do they intervene. The secret is subtlety. Don't overstuff. A normal-sized pillow casually carried is invisible. A bloated sack the size of a beanbag chair will get flagged instantly. Some travelers upgrade the trick by using zippered pillowcases designed for travel, making it easier to pack clothes in and pull them out once you board. The pillow isn't a pillow at all. It's free storage that airlines can't classify as luggage. And passengers who use it right are skipping fees every single flight. 4. Shipping beats. Checking. Airlines bank on luggage fees because passengers assume it's the only way. But with shipping prices dropping, mailing your suitcase can actually be cheaper than checking it in. Services like Luggage, FedEx, and UPS now offer flat rates that rival airline baggage fees, especially on longer trips. The bag gets picked up from your door and arrives at your hotel. No waiting at baggage claim, no risk of it getting lost in transit. Airlines won't promote this because every bag that gets shipped is lost revenue for them. Many frequent travelers in 2025 already switched, especially business flyers who can't risk lost suits. The secret is planning a couple of days in advance for delivery. 5. Collapsible bags that appear only when needed. Smart travelers pack a foldable duffel or backpack inside their main suitcase. On the way out, it stays flat and hidden. But coming back, when you suddenly have extra souvenirs, duty-free bottles, or shopping bags, it unfolds into a full second piece of luggage. At check-in, it gives you flexibility. You can split items to balance the weight, or check it separately. At boarding, it doubles as an emergency carry-on if your bag is suddenly overweight. Airlines despise this hack because it lets you dodge their overpriced extra bag upsell at the last minute. 6. The free gate check exploit. Airlines constantly push travelers to pay for checked bags. But if you carry your roller to the gate and overhead bins are filling fast, gate agents often check bags for free. Instead of paying $40 at the counter, you walk your bag through security, wait until staff announce limited overhead space, and hand it over. The tag is printed, your bag is loaded, and you don't pay a cent. On busy flights, this happens almost every time. Airlines can't refuse because their own boarding process created the problem. Regulars quietly plan for this. They never pay up front, knowing they'll score a free check at the gate. 7. Borrowing space from empty seats. When flights aren't packed, overhead bins don't always get filled. Smart passengers know how to use this to their advantage. If your seat row has empty overhead space while the rest of the plane struggles to squeeze bags in, you can take over the room without anyone blinking. The key is subtlety. Board with one bag, then once seated, pull out your foldable duffel or duty-free bag from inside and place it in the extra bin space. Cabin crew only push back when space runs out, but if no one needs that bin, your extra bag flies free. Airlines don't advertise this loophole because it goes against their one bag per person rule. But in reality, enforcement depends entirely on how crowded the flight is. On half-empty planes, your real luggage limit is whatever space you can quietly claim. 8. The double identity. Most people slap a luggage tag on the outside of their suitcase and call it a day. But airlines know those tags are flimsy, and baggage belts rip them off more often than you'd think. When the tag vanishes, your suitcase is basically anonymous. That's why the smartest travelers give their bag a second identity. Put a sheet of paper inside your bag, right on top of your clothes, with your full name, phone number, email, and even your itinerary printed in large, bold letters. If the external tag goes missing, baggage staff don't need to dig far. They unzip, see the sheet, and instantly know where the suitcase belongs. Airlines don't advertise this because lost luggage is a money drain they prefer to handle slowly through claims and paperwork. They don't want passengers realizing a 10-cent piece of paper can speed things up faster than their official systems. For extra security, slip a second sheet inside a side pocket. One lost bag claim avoids paying for every vacation you'll ever take. 9. Zip-proof. Your zippers. A common trick thieves use at airports is called zipper popping. Even if you lock your bag, a simple ballpoint pen can split the teeth of most zippers. Once they're done snooping, they just run the zipper pulls over the track and your bag looks untouched. You won't know anything happened until you're home and wondering why a shirt or camera lens is missing. The cheat: zip ties. Bright, cheap, plastic ones. After you close your bag, run a zip tie through the holes in the zipper pulls. Not only does it stop someone from quietly sliding the zipper open, but it also works as a tamper alarm. If the zip tie is missing or cut when you grab your bag, you instantly know someone's been inside. But seasoned travelers know checked baggage goes through many invisible hands. Keep a handful of zip ties in your carry-on, clip the extras with a tiny nail clipper, and replace them every trip. thieves move on fast when they see resistance. 10. The jacket pocket luggage method. This one has exploded in 2025 because jacket design has evolved for travelers. Some companies sell coats with up to 20 pockets, designed for stuffing with electronics, toiletries, snacks, and even shoes. You're not technically carrying another bag, you're just wearing clothes. Airlines can't weigh or measure your outfit, and security doesn't stop you if it passes the scanner. For short trips, people have flown with almost everything packed into a single oversized travel jacket. This works best in cooler seasons, when a bulky jacket doesn't raise eyebrows. In summer, a thin vest version works the same way, with hidden zip compartments that act like an extra suitcase hanging on your body. 11. Booking tickets separately to double allowances. Most travelers assume that booking together is always cheaper, safer, and easier. But when it comes to baggage rules, bundling your tickets can actually work against you. Airlines quietly structure fare classes to squeeze more out of groups traveling under the same reservation. If two people book on one ticket, both travelers inherit the same baggage rules, usually the lowest denominator. Split the booking. One person buys the cheapest fare, which often comes with no included baggage. The other pays a slightly higher fare that comes with a free checked bag or more generous allowance. Suddenly, as a pair, you've gained access to multiple bags without paying twice. On long-haul flights, where a single checked bag can cost $100 to $150, that difference adds up quickly. Take an example. One economy ticket priced at $350 with no bags, and an upgraded Economy Plus fare priced at $420 with a free bag included. If you book both under the cheaper fare, you're paying $350 plus $350 equals $700, and then still paying $120 at the counter for a single checked bag. Total? $820. But if one traveler takes the $420 fare and the other takes the $350 fare, you now have one checked bag included automatically with no extra fees. Total? $770. That's a $50 savings on the exact same flight, and you walk away with more flexibility. The reason this works is because airlines design their pricing to steer you into consistent classes, assuming groups will want to keep things simple. By breaking that assumption, you tap into the imbalance in their rules. The only real downside is managing two separate bookings, but for a few minutes of extra coordination, the savings can be hundreds of dollars. Airlines never advertise this because it exposes how arbitrary their fee system really is. They don't want you realizing that fare classes aren't about service. They're about squeezing revenue. Knowing how to work them to your benefit flips the equation back in your favor. 12. Smuggling weight through the carry-on gap. Checked baggage is a money machine for airlines. That's why scales at check-in are so strict. But carry-ons? Entirely different story. Outside of a few international carriers, mainly in Asia and Australia, most airlines in North America and Europe rarely weigh your cabin bag. Their only concern is whether it fits in the sizer or the overhead bin. That gap creates a massive loophole. If you're traveling with both a carry-on and a checked bag, you can shift heavy, dense items into your carry-on before checking the suitcase. Things like laptops, chargers, books, toiletries, or shoes can easily add up to 10 to 15 pounds. Suddenly, your checked bag slips under the 50-pound limit, avoiding the $100 overweight fee. Meanwhile, your carry-on gets heavier, but as long as it doesn't look like it's bursting at the seams, no one at the gate will question it. Frequent travelers have refined this into an art. They check in, weigh their bag, and if it's over, they casually remove a pair of boots, a toiletry kit, or even a stack of books, dropping them into their cabin luggage right there in line. On the scale's second reading, the suitcase magically drops below the threshold. Agents know what's happening, but unless they enforce carry-on weight rules, which in most regions they don't, they let it slide. Airlines profit enormously from overweight fees, which can be higher than the cost of the ticket itself. That's why they prefer travelers stay unaware of the carry-on loophole. By shifting weight strategically, you take control of the system they designed to catch you off guard. The trick is subtlety. Don't make the carry-on visibly overstuffed. A sleek roller case or sturdy backpack filled with dense but compact items will never raise suspicion. 13. Family pooling. Without the announcement, hidden in many airline contracts is a rule that most travelers never discover: baggage pooling. It's designed for families or groups under the same reservation, but airlines rarely explain it, because doing so would kill a profitable source of fees. Suppose one traveler checks a bag at 60 pounds and another at 40 pounds. On paper, the 60-pound bag exceeds the 50-pound allowance, and the airline will try to charge $100 or more. But if the airline allows pooling, those two bags are treated as a combined 100 pounds, which averages to 50 each, both perfectly legal. No penalty. This can save hundreds of dollars, especially for families traveling with multiple checked bags. The problem is, gate agents often won't mention the option unless you specifically ask. They'll point out the overweight charge, wait for you to pull out your wallet, and only if you insist will they check the pooling policy. Experienced travelers know to push back immediately. The moment an overweight bag is flagged, ask, "Can we pool our baggage weight across tickets?" In many cases, the answer will quietly shift from, "That'll be $100" to, "Let's just redistribute a few items." Families can also pre-plan by spreading heavier items across multiple bags before check-in, essentially creating balance across the group. This trick requires nothing more than awareness. No special memberships, no upgrades, just knowing the rule exists. Airlines rely on the fact that most people don't read the fine print, and in that silence, they collect millions every year from unnecessary overweight charges. 14. Rolling instead of folding. On the surface, packing methods seem trivial, but how you pack can be the difference between paying $40 for an extra bag and fitting everything into one. The standard fold and stack approach leaves air pockets and wasted space in every corner. Rolling, on the other hand, transforms your clothes into tight, stackable cylinders that maximize capacity. When combined with packing cubes, rolling becomes a powerful multiplier. Each cube compresses clothing further, creating modular blocks that stack perfectly into your suitcase. A single medium cube can hold rolled jeans, shirts, and sweaters in less space than folding would allow. Multiply that across your entire bag, and you effectively double the usable capacity. Airlines set size limits for carry-ons and checked luggage based on the average traveler's inefficient packing. They assume most people will fold, overstuff, and ultimately need a second bag. That second bag fee is pure profit for them. But when you roll clothes and compress them into cubes, you break that assumption. Suddenly, what should have required two bags now fits comfortably into one. Frequent flyers swear by this method not just for saving space, but for avoiding suspicion. A neatly packed, properly zipped suitcase looks ordinary. An overstuffed one bulging at the seams is a magnet for attention at the gate. With rolling in cubes, your bag holds more but looks slimmer, which means it sails past airline staff without a second glance. This isn't a gimmick. It's a fundamental shift in how you interact with baggage limits. You turn efficiency into money saved. Airlines know about this strategy, but they can't ban rolling or cubes without admitting how artificial their size restrictions really are. 15. The luggage spy game. Here's something airlines will never admit. When they say your bag is missing, they often have no idea where it really is. It could be sitting 3 terminals away, it could be locked on the wrong cart, or it could have flown to another continent. Their systems aren't nearly as advanced as passengers assume. That's where personal tracking devices flip the game. Apple AirTags, tile trackers, and GPS-powered luggage chips give you near real-time updates on your suitcase's location. Imagine this. Your airline swears your bag didn't make the flight, but your phone tells you it's sitting 200 feet away, in your arrival airport. With proof in your hand, you can push staff to actually retrieve it instead of filing a wait-and-see claim. Some airlines quietly discourage trackers, arguing about safety or signal interference. The truth is, they don't like passengers knowing their internal systems lag behind modern tech. With a tracker tucked inside your shoe or inner pocket, you always know where your belongings are, even when the airline doesn't. 16. The digital dossier. When something goes wrong with your luggage, the burden of proof usually falls on you. Airlines are skilled at dragging their feet on reimbursements. They'll argue your bag wasn't damaged before check-in, or that your missing items can't be verified. That's where this cheat saves you. Create a digital dossier before you fly. Lay out your suitcase on your bed. Snap photos of what's going inside, and then take one more picture of the bag fully packed and zipped. Add a quick 30-second video showing the condition of the exterior. No scratches, no dents, no busted wheels. This record turns into ironclad evidence if the airline tries to dodge responsibility. Why don't airlines talk about this? Because they rely on vague policies and the passengers' lack of documentation. A dossier strips away their excuses. It also helps you remember exactly what was in your bag, which is surprisingly useful after a long trip when you're too tired to list every missing item. It takes 10 minutes before you leave, but it could save hundreds of dollars and weeks of frustration. 17. Treat your claim, check like treasure. At check-in, staff stick a tiny claim sticker to your boarding pass or passport sleeve. Most passengers ignore it, thinking it's just a barcode for the airline's internal system. That's a mistake. That sticker is your legal proof that a suitcase is in their possession. Lose it, and the airline can make your life much harder when a bag goes missing. Treat that slip like treasure. Take a photo of it immediately in case it peels off or gets lost. Some travelers even place it inside their phone case so it never goes missing. With it, you can push back against delays or denials because the barcode connects directly to your bag's tracking file. Airlines prefer you don't realize how much power that little sticker gives you. Without it, their default move is to make you wait for updates while they shrug off responsibility. With it, you can demand real answers. In a system designed to wear passengers down, one small barcode becomes your leverage.